Hey guys, welcome to Module 12. I can't believe that we've only got 2 more weeks left after this week. I know you guys are excited to see it come to an end. We're looking forward for some. So let's go ahead and jump in to Module 12. And we're continuing with our discussion of the SIOP components. And today we're going to be talking about SIOP component number 8, which is review and assessment. And so let's take a look at the overview and objectives for this module. And so guys, you know that assessment is important, review is important, and knowing how to assess English learners, it just adds an additional layer or component to it that may be new and challenging and different from some of you if you have never had English learners in your class before. So hopefully as you've gone throughout these SIOP components and developing your lesson plan, you're learning how to plan differently for your ELs, because at the end of the day, what we want is student success for our English learners. And so today's module, and excuse me, this week's module, is going to provide you with some tools and some resources to help you along that journey. So here are our learning objectives, and I'm not going to read these to you because I think you can all read those for yourself. And hopefully by the time you're done with this module, you're going to be seeing that you know and that we've addressed all of these objectives that you see in front of you. So as usual, with each of our modules, we have a checklist. And so here are the items to be completed by the end of the week's period, okay? And so let's take a look at what the readings are for this week. You're going to read chapter 9 in that wonderful book that I tell you guys I love so much. And then you've got a link. I'm going to open this up. These are some of the review and the highlights from this module. And so just take the opportunity to read through these. And I would like to challenge you and encourage you to download these so that you have these when you have your own classroom, because you may get in there and say, my goodness, I wish I had that resource I had in that one class. And so take the opportunity to cull through these resources. And I'll tell you what I've done, teacher evaluations in the past, and I would meet with my teachers at the end of their presentation of their lesson, that we would always find that they never got to the closing. They didn't pace themselves for that closing. And so some things I might encourage you to do is to set those timers in your classroom to give you that extra 5 or 10 minutes at the end, so you can properly close that lesson. And I really hope you'll take the opportunity to explore these links. Now, these links are some wonderful resources for you to use when you have your own classroom. Here are 40 ways to leave a lesson. And so there's some links in here, some really great ideas for you to be able to quickly and easily implement within your lesson. Additionally, I have some lesson closure activities for you. And here's some great ideas to help give you an assortment of activities to work on with the students in your classroom. Sometimes, you know, think about yourself as a student. You get bored with some of the activities or the lessons or doing the same things over and over again. So do the students in your classroom. So I'll challenge you to take a look at these and maybe consider some that you might use in the classroom. And if you're in a student teaching role right now, perhaps you could find something in some of these resources that you can implement at this point in time. Additionally, I've got some vocabulary ideas here for you. Once again, you know, as I graded your lesson plans this week, some of you are still struggling with introducing and having your students work with vocabulary. There's some great ideas of some ideas and some strategies that you can use in your classroom. Additionally, here's some wonderful vocabulary games. We know our students love to be entertained and engaged and intrigued And so here are some lots and lots of activities that you can use within your classroom to implement some new strategies for your students so that they don't get bored at the end of the day. And so here are some of the key points from chapter 9. You just take a look at these different bullets, see how they apply to your classroom, so how you can make them apply to your classroom. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we try to provide that adequate and that proper review and assessment for our students so that we can know whether or not they have gotten that information. You know, just because you said it doesn't mean they got it. So take the time to use different strategies to check their understanding, to do that review, to assess those students. Because, you know, in classrooms, you're going to have different proficiency levels of English learners. And so you have to be able to find those strategies that we talked about probably back in modules 3, 4, and 5 about the different levels of students and where they are and where you want them to go, how to get them to that next level, how you can scaffold that instruction for them. Additionally, here are some resources for you to take a look at. When you're looking at some ideas and strategies for the classroom, think about those interactive notebooks. Guys, don't just have students copy a list of definitions from the dictionary. Okay, give them a reason for doing that. Do something like the tic-tac-toe for reviewing those related terms. A lot of you, when I created your lesson plans, you use sentence stems and sentence starters. Kudos for you guys. Because many times our students don't know how to get started. They don't have that language to get started. So if you provide them that scaffold, that's such a good resource for them to help them to be successful within that lesson. And also make sure that you modify your tests if necessary and your supports. Okay, just because you have a test that has 5 multiple choice options for students, you don't have to have those 5 multiple choice options for your ELs. They're just trying to understand the language at this point in their education. So maybe lessen those number of options from 5 to 3, give them those to choose from. These are some things that you can do that are easily implemented within your classroom. Here are some more ideas for some lesson closure activities. There's some Cornell note summary. I believe I saw some of these last week. When I was creating your lesson plans, I saw lots of exit tickets. You did a good job of that. I actually saw some gallery walks in some of your lesson plans and lots of informal assessment of our students. Once again, you have to make sure that you're cognizant and aware of the different levels so that you can provide the appropriate supports and scaffolds for those students. Again, here are some of the vocabulary review ideas, and they were actually in one of the 2 documents that have a link for you. So the really big idea I want you to take away from this week is you have a week with no assignments to you, okay? You do not have to turn anything in this week. However, you should go ahead and start looking ahead at that final component of your lesson plan, which is the final area, which is the very bottom part of it. And it should be pretty much the easiest part of it. And so in this last section of your lesson plan, you're going to be focusing on practice and application, interaction, and review and assessment. These are the documents that are linked within the module 12 and 13 itself. So you have all the resources you need to complete that final part of your lesson plan. When you get in there, when you start working, if you have questions, guys, please feel free to shoot me an email. I'm usually pretty quick at getting back with you guys on those questions that you have. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you enjoy this time off from submitting assignments this week. So take care and let me know if you have any questions.